everybody and welcome to another video with At Home with the Moons. We're currently standing in the smallest area of our house and it has 4 doors off of it. One of the doors we are going to go down. There's the clue. We're going to go behind one of the doors and go down.
And it is quite unbelievable because the area we're going to, we don't really know. We probably know about as much as you guys because in the 10 years or so we've lived here, we haven't really done any exploration. We've used the house as a family home, but there's so much more on the other side. So I'm really looking forward to sharing it as the episodes unfold with you guys because it is just never ending. The magic is all around.
It is, and also, do you know what it's getting us to do? We're actually tidying up. We are covered in dust because we've been cleaning this bad boy out for you.
We thought we would make really good content, but...
yeah, after we were like, no. Yeah, do you know what? They don't want to see that.
Maybe there's some things better left unsaid without...
But it's really tidy now.
It's beautiful. And I think that's going to go with the rest of the house. And we've got so much. It's not going to be a renovation. It's going to be restoration. And Jenny encapsulated the saying. What is the saying for the...
Yeah, so we're going to take it back to... It's not all of the house, but some of the house. The rooms, for example, the old kitchen that we showed you last week, we're going to try and take it back to its primitive state. So how it would have been back then, back 100 years ago, because it's all still there and it's been so sympathetically...
it's been renovated.
Yeah, it's fantastic. The people that had the house before us have done a really amazing job. I can only imagine what they've gone through. They're gonna, if they watch this, they're going to be like, "What are you doing?"
We're a bit more earthly, so we're going to go for the restoration. Yeah,
so we're going to restore it back to its primitive state. But one of the first places the first places we're going to do is the old kitchen. So you may get an extra video this week, but we're going to take you down now into, I don't know, Alice in Wonderland.
It's called Dungeons and Dragons. But anyway, on the other side, yes, there's going to be restoration, not renovation. And I just can't wait to share it with you. So let's go.
It's really good fun. We're loving these videos. See you in a minute. So here we are. We are in the cellar, cave, carve.
Well, it's called a carve, but obviously that translates, I guess, roughly to cave. I know it as a cellar or oubliette. It's a very, very cool, dark place, and it is a fantastic piece of engineering. I don't know how they've done it. It's bone dry down here, and when you see the amount of water outside or very near the walls, you just cannot... I can't comprehend it. But they've done very, very well.
If you follow Life with the Moons, you will know that there's a lot of water outside. And it's literally just outside the window there, which we'll show you in a moment. And it really is dry down here. But we found a little something. There's always been a hole that's intrigued us in this place. And in cleaning up this morning, we've had a little bit of a delve, and we're going to show you in a moment. But what an amazing place. You know, you can only imagine. I love to imagine them coming down here and storing all of their, their bits and their meats and their cheeses and their wines and all of the different things. And we'll show you in a minute, we'll pan around and you can see. It really is quite an incredible and... it just tells a story. It's just really, really special. But I'm not going to chat on because I could go on all day. And we're going to go and explore a few different things. Firstly, the temperature and also the mystery hole.
But yes, all will be revealed. And it is, as I said, an ancient refrigerator. So without further ado, let's go explore.
I'm getting heavy. That's what this is.
We're now at the very bottom of our property, and it is the most essential piece of, before you go up, you must know what's underneath you. And the people that engineered this and built it, they knew. They were hand digging into solid rock, into the side of a rock face to get that, that real rock bottom or that bedrock. And that's what provided them. There are no foundations. It is all built on what they had. And they just knew. But what they did need to do was have an out. And this provides the perfect out. It is the sump hole in the cellar. And it's been updated. There is a concrete lintel here to the side. And someone at some stage, maybe the previous owner, has cast this floor and the staircase that I walked down earlier. What they haven't done is inhibited what is the most essential bit to stop it all going the wrong way, which is it all goes down. So they knew there was a natural watercourse. They've dug out. They not only dug out to the bedrock, but they dug further for the cave or the cave. And then they found where the water was getting away, and they utilised that in their design of it. And I'm just going to clean it off. I've got a jug of water, and as much water as you could throw down here, it will naturally go through all those little aquifers down into further away and eventually end up in our beautiful river. So I'm just going to give it a clean.
So you can see just how low this cellar is, because if I stand up, I'm 6 foot tall, and if I stand up straight, you can actually see that I'm only an inch off of the roof here, and these are they're the first floorboards, or the base of my bare room, and above it there's actually floorboards on top of it, so there is a little bit of a void, but it's a really, really low space. And one of the things they had to do was obviously be able to get in from the outside. So here we have this lovely sloped concrete, the original stone here, and this has actually been concreted at a later date. But just up here, there's 2 shutters that lead on outside. So if I push them open, you'll see out there is the outside world. So what they sent down this, who knows? It could have been anything, coal, obviously to keep the fires going, wood, food, anything, grain storage, anything that they would have thought would have come down through this hole from the outside. So no, it's really, really cool. And this is one of the favourite places of the cats, which is why we have to keep them shut, because the outdoor cats like to come in and they curl up in the cellar. And they've got lots of places outside, so they don't actually need to. But the other thing we do have down here is bats. So we leave it slightly open so they can get in and out, and everybody's happy. So it's a really, really amazing place. And the more we discover it with you guys, the more in awe we are of it, because it really does quite blow your mind, because the history is all here. It's all on show. And in a second, Nick's going to take you over and show you this mammoth piece of wood that was obviously used at some point. And goodness knows how old it is. But it's just another thing that's just the magical moon house, and it just keeps on giving.
All the time we've been here, that beautiful piece of wood has been down in the cellar. It is about 10 inches by 10 inches. It's a part of a very, very old oak tree that they milled and they did what they used to do, which is incredible just to think, to even shape something like that, and in the lengths that they've gone to, which you're going to see more and more of as the episodes unfold. The beautiful carpentry, their massive amount of skill and their foresight into just everything, engineering wise, practicality wise. They just knew what was going on, and this is just one of those examples. We don't know where it's come from, but it is a thing of beauty. It could be from anywhere, but we're thinking there is a little modern addition to the side of me which I'm going to show you, and it might have had something to do with that. So this is the more recent addition, and who knows how recent. I'm thinking, I could be wrong, about 70 years, maybe 50 years. But in comparison to the house, it is recent. And I think that beautiful bit of wood maybe formed part of this substructure. And the substructure I'm talking about is the chimney that runs on this side of the house. And it runs up through Jenny's bare room. There's an open fireplace, or the workshop. And then it goes up into Oscar's bedroom, where there is also another open fireplace, and then it exits out. But at some time or another, they obviously thought it needed to be shored up. And there's evidence underneath here. You can see the very old-fashioned, it looks like iron strappings with the old handmade beautiful red bricks, which are just above here. But at one time or another, as I say, they obviously thought they needed to underpin it. And underneath here, down below these concrete blocks, is another concrete plinth, which I think goes down to that bedrock which I was talking about, which forms our foundation, because that is the most, well, one of the most interesting facts that I really still scratch my head now, is that there are no foundations. They don't have the dugout trenches with the concrete and the reinforced bars. They just found a decent bit of rock, and they thought, that's where we're going to build our beautiful home. And that's what they did. I thought we couldn't leave this area without showing you our extensive wine cellar. But unfortunately, you're going to be disappointed. All we have here is a very old bottle of what looks to be some sort of French cider and a lot of empty lemonade bottles. But at one time or another, in these beautiful houses, they were stocked with all those age-related French produce, which is the wines, the cheeses, and all the other, the meats and everything else. And it was very, very practical and a necessity, because it is the old-fashioned refrigerator. We're going out as a family today, and we're going to take you along with us, and it's to a very, very unique place. It holds far more history than where we are now. I don't know how many hundreds of years older it is, but I think you're going to really enjoy it. So let's go.
So there you have it, the end of another At Home with the Moons, and I have to say, pat on the back there, because there is no way you'd have got me doing that.
Well, the thing is, with 4 little boys watching on, this, or not that little anymore, but with Toby wanting to do it and the others watching on, it would have been a bad day if I hadn't have followed through. But I really enjoyed it. Of course, it was a little bit daunting, but the most amazing experience, and we're so fortunate here. As these episodes unfold, you're going to get to share with us some very special places, just like Chalucet. And Jenny's going to put the links in the description because there's a lot of history there.
Yeah, it's a bit too much to try and tell you now. The video's already half an hour long. It'll just go on forever.
That's a whole channel on its own. But there are those beautiful places. And when we get a chance at the weekend, when we take the family out, you're going to come along for the ride and hopefully get to see a little bit more of France that you might not have seen before.
Yep, so just touching on the temperature of the old fridge downstairs, the cellar.
Yeah, we've got a little tester, a little gun, a temperature gun, and it was, it's only on the surface of the stone, but what it did reveal was a good 10 to 13 degrees difference in the stone temperature. But I can tell you, as they say in the weather, it feels a lot cooler down there. And when we had the doors open, I was standing outside, you could feel that cold air coming out. It really, really is very effective.
It is. So that is it for the cellar for the time being, but we're hoping to get another video out in the week if we get time and all works well on the farm. I'm explaining a little bit more about the house and the restoration of certain rooms.
Yes, there's going to be a lot going on, and there's all that little bit, as we said, there's that sympathetic restoration, which I think you're really going to enjoy because it is a different twist on. We're not doing the whole renovation. We're just restoring our beautiful home. And if you like it, please subscribe, press that notification button because you won't miss us.
So see you soon. Bye.
And the cockerel says bye too.